Wow! Hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Dee Dee, it's Diana, and I am sitting in the dark for the full spooky game experience. Happy Friday, everyone! How you doing? Hi, Zan! Good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, there's the control. I was gonna say, it's like, maybe I do need to turn on the lights. I can't find shit in the dark. Hope everyone had a good day. My energy levels were garbaging when I woke up in the morning, so I took another sick day. And I just slept most of the day. I'm doing okay now. I stopped getting that pins and needles feeling in my throat, so whatever cold I was getting, I think I have defeated? Question mark? We will find out. Oops. Oh my god. I've been starting every stream with this, but Paper Mario soon! Yay! I'm so excited. Back to the Paper Marios. Prepare to be folded returns in about a week. Prepare to be folded! Prepare to be folded! I still have the voice clip you grabbed for me. I have to figure out what I want to do with it. I thought it'd be funny to turn it into some kind of alert noise, but it's like, I don't want to traumatize you people, so I can't make it the follow sound. It's like, Does it come up as often? Yeah. So it's like, I will have to think on it. Trying to think what else did I want to talk about? Oh, that's right, Canon! K-A-N-O-N! We talk about key visual novels decently often. They're finally releasing it in English officially! We don't know the release date yet, but it's gonna be on Steam. So that might actually be a visual novel we play all the way through. I've started debating playing more on stream to get through, like as long as there aren't streaming restrictions. Cause there's so many coming out now. What a conundrum to have the localization companies finally serving my longest standing community, the visual novel people, and now there are too many to play. Like, oh man. At some point, maybe something I might do to introduce some different visual novels to you guys that I like, but I don't think would be great for stream, is to do I do a let's play on my own, but then I turn it into clip compilations. Because one of my favorites is Cupid's Parasite, because it is literally a rom-com, quite literally, it's ridiculous, but the best parts of it are there are big gaps in between, so it's so funny. You work. What a good problem to have, right? There's Canon, there's Memories Off, which is one that's I think it was Leaf or Circus? I can't remember. But I watched the OVA for one, and so I've always been curious about it because there wasn't a lot of information out. So Memories Off, new one coming out. I saw something about Aqua Plus is having a big anniversary soon. So we might get some localization game news as part of that, I would have... There's so much! And it's like, you know, it's not even that, like, the games themselves are coming out finally. We're getting, like, you know, limited edition physical releases. It's like... If you told teenage Diana that one day you would not only have visual novels legally that didn't require you to figure out how to import a CD-ROM from Japan and install a patch on your computer, and you would just be able to download it on the Switch or order a limited edition physical copy, she would have thought you were absolutely insane. Now it's like, what? Oh, the power of the internet. From what I know, visual novels itself in Japan is a bit of a dying community. Like, gacha's really... Like, gacha's taken over here, but gacha's really taken over there. So if that's the case, and there's less people interested in visual novels now versus gacha, it would make sense that the visual novel companies are like, oh, there's an untapped market we just have been outright ignoring. Now we're desperate. Time to roll out the red carpet. Now the one localization that would make my head spin, and we would absolutely end up playing all of it on stream, is if they finally brought out the Uchikoshi visual novels that he wrote, like Ever 17 and stuff. I thought they were too old, but Kanon is older than Ever 17, so I'm like, never, I guess never say never. Because what is it? Kanon is 25 years old? I think Ever 17 was still in the 2000s. Versus Kanon being, like, in the, like, 1998 or something? Ever 17? Yeah, 2002. Followed by Remember 11. Oh, I forgot that Ever 17 technically had a sequel. Oh, it's the other one I know of. Okay. I didn't realize they were actually connected. That's cool. Come, release them! I want to play these! Like, they're very much visual novels. Like, Ever 17 for sure has dating sim elements and stuff, but like you could see how eventually Uchikoshi just like streamlined straight into the mystery stuff. Child Ravine, Code 18, and holy shoot! Okay, but at some point, the like Ever 17 series, Uchikoshi stopped writing for it. I'm less interested in those. They might still be good, but they're probably not gonna have Uchikoshi's what the fuckery, as we affectionately call it. And, oh god, that's right. Another thing I wanted to mention was Assassin's Creed, because I'm not really interested in Assassin's Creed, but apparently they're going to make Yasuke the protagonist in the next one, so I'm like, damn! Assassin's Creed's finally doing some interesting stuff. And if you don't know who Yasuke is, he was a retainer for Oda Nobunaga, so like in like the 1500s or so, like the Sengoku period. And based on historical documentation, it is strongly believed that he was of African descent, like an actual like black samurai. So of course some people are throwing fits, but it's like, the Japanese people are like, oh shit! Like, this, like, very, like, not super well known outside of Japan historical characters becoming a protagonist. That's cool. So yeah, I've had zero interest in Assassin's Creed, but I might dabble if that's the route they go. Because I think it's more interesting rather than making up a whole new character and projecting all this stuff onto them, that like they're making an interpretation of a historical character, kind of like what Fate Grand Order does. There's so much, people are cooking. People are cooking a lot of stuff. I love that for us. Alright. Let's... Bluetooth on. Because I haven't had a chance to get the USB plug-in. Morning! Jambola! Jambola, Jambola! Early Assassin's Creed included a lot of actual history. That's true. I just know that none of the protagonists were never actual historical figures. So if what I saw is correct and Yasuke is going to be like the playable character, that's really interesting. And hello, Jambola. We were just chit-chatting about all the gaming news and stuff that came out today. Assassin's Creed, Kanon, the original visual novel by K Visual Arts, is coming out officially in English for its like 25th anniversary. Gasp! We don't know the release date when, but it is on Steam for you to wishlist. What a time we live in. What a time! I love it. By the time you finish one, four more come out. True. I had never been really interested in the Assassin's Creed. Just the gameplay isn't like usually what I go for. But I'm always willing to try out different stuff. So it's sounding like the new one is going to be quite different. So it's like, cool. I'm game. I'll take this. Say what? Oh, that's crazy. Sometimes being historically accurate works out wild. Oh, Assassin's Creed suffers from the sagging middle syndrome. Yeah. To be fair, it can be really difficult to... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It can be real... Keeping the middle of a story interesting is really difficult. Like, you know, there's like the standard graph they always trot out. There's the beginning, then there's the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the conclusion. The rising action part is where a lot of writers struggle. Because you need to sprinkle things in that will lead up to the climax, but you still gotta keep it interesting. A lot of stories end up struggling with that. Alternatively, the falling action as well. I've noticed a lot of manga nowadays, they go like straight into the climax is almost like a point instead of like a plateau where you're there for a few chapters. It's like the climax is one chapter and then it just crash lands into the epilogue. It's like, oh, well, alright, that was the ending. As much as I love Demon Slayer / Kimetsu no Yaiba, it definitely had that climax happen very suddenly, and then it just like crash landed into the ending. Like, it was like, We knew it was ending as we were reading it. But we were shocked when it ended where it did. It's like, shouldn't there have been like another 4 chapters at least? But it is what it is. Now where is little Goody Two Shoes? Dun 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 dun. Little Goody Two Shoes are, I think, technically longest running continual game because we've been going back and getting all of the different endings. If I actually started streaming visual novels, we'd probably only have like one every 6 months for the same reason. It takes a long time to get through stuff. Would it be as bad compared to Little Goody Two Shoes? Because in Little Goody Two Shoes, you technically have to restart from the beginning every time. You make nice comfy streams? I'm glad. Yeah, even with the horror elements, it's not too bad. I find it's mostly pretty chill. Oh, yes. No worries. Oh. Sorry, I pulled the slider down way too far. Yay! So if perchance we've got anyone lurking who hasn't seen one of the Little Goody Two Shoes streams before, because we get new moonbeams every week, this is the story of Elise, the girl in the opening. She was found by her granny as a baby in the woods. Army growing strong. Army growing very strong.
Little Goody Two Shoes.
So, yeah. So, Elise was found as a baby in the woods and was raised by Granny Hall. And Granny Hall has since passed away. And she left Elise her house and stuff like that. But Elise is working her butt off every day trying to survive. This is like late to mid 1800s Germany, Austria, somewhere around there. We just know everything's like very Germanic. We just don't know what country it is. And so along the way one day, this wandering traveler named Rosanne Marin shows up. And along with her, a whole bunch of stuff starts happening, including Elise finding the ruby red shoes she's wearing, and also the titular Little Goody Two Shoes. And these are a sign of his willingness to grant her wish, his being like some kind of thing that lives in the woods. Us who have played through it, we know he's basically like, the devil, but until that point in the story, like, it kind of sounds like he's just like a pagan god kind of thing. And so to be able to meet him and get her wish granted, and what she wants is like, money and freedom from like the daily toll of everything she's been going through. she has to prepare 3 testaments, which are basically like 3 presents based on her will. And so, it is, oh my god. The Good Company, well, when we get into it, they'll show us what they're called again. I can't remember exactly. I know exactly what they are. But yeah, it's the Good Company. You gotta bring food and you gotta bring drink. Because, you know, when you show up at a host place, you need to... There we go. The tender flesh, the sweetest nectar, and the Good Company. So the Good Company is, like, you know, supposed to be a representation of your love for someone. The sweetest nectar and the tender flesh are representations of your body. But, like, you know, it has to be food and it has to be, like, drink kind of thing. So we have to go around and collect these things, and, you know, they're a little disturbing. And as the week goes on, so this game starts on a Saturday and it continues on until the next Saturday. Things get progressively worse in this town. Like, we literally just, ran into a situation where all of the farmers' horses disappeared, and one came back and, like, it died. Like, it ran from exhaustion and it very quickly passed away. There's a point where, like, there's, like, goats that were sacrificed in a very horrible way. Like, snakes and pipes, like, all kinds of crazy stuff starts happening as things progress. But during the day, things are mostly normal. We just go around doing our chores, and then at night, things get really spooky. Because that's when we have to go to the woods and do our tests to get the items we need. So let's see. What do we got going on here? A blender with the apples. Okay, it's Tuesday. What do we have? Because we're trying to get a couple different endings. There's like an ending for each girl that you can romance, and then there's like the church ending where like we find out what the heck is going on with like Father What's-His-Face, because he's been very weird through this whole thing. Alright, it's the lantern. Fish key. Okay. Gotta relearn the controls. So this was made in its own engine, but it is technically a sequel prequel to Pocket Mirror, which was made using RPG Maker. So RPG Maker, the RPG Maker game Pocket Mirror is about what happens to Charlie's family after the events of this game, and it came out first. So then they made a little Goody Two Shoes to show how the situation got as bad as it did. Oh, no. There we go. I was like, I need to learn how to run again. Running is very important. When you got stuff chasing you, you need to know how to run. Looking cheeky again today, dearie. I love this frickin' grandma. And the animation where she has to, like, climb up onto her stool. Sure. Let's get 4 bread. No, we're okay. In this game, you never really have enough money for everything. Literally, you are just trying to survive. You hate 90% of this town? They're not exactly great people. Like, some of them aren't bad people. Like, they're maybe a little bit too nosy and superstitious. You can make the argument that's what happens when you have, like, an isolated town that's extremely religious. Religion brings us together as much as it can cause a divide. Oh, Elise! Feeling the pressure, Mrs. Linda? Aren't we all? I hate to ask, but could you fetch me some apples? Of course. And we gotta take Rose and Marine with us everywhere to keep the townspeople from getting suspicious because, you know, Rose and Marine was raised by her, pagan, like, grandmother. So, like, she has a lot of superstitious traditions that don't align with organized religion. So everyone thinks, like, you know, she's out to curse them. I love that our chores are just mini games we play on ye old archaic arcade cabinet. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh. Elise got taken out of the game early. I got boxed into the corner. Ooh. Ooh, 70. Not bad. 3, 2, 1, go! Ah! Elise, you're nothing but bad luck today. $137. I think that's a B. Oh? A! Yay! We got an A! Oh, God. These are... Getting the A's its own struggle. Yay! Oh, this is just what I needed! Thank you so much! What are you gonna do with 140 apples? Unless they're like, you know, little crab apples, then you probably need that many, but... New objective, have dinner with Rose and Marine. Meet Lebkuchen in the bakery. And we meet Freya at the inn tomorrow. Okay. Oh no. Elise! Oh, what does the old hag want to know? We brought Rose and Marine with us everywhere? Where do you think you're going, Elise? Huh? I need to have a word with you. What's this about, Mrs. Bertha? Hi, Freed! Your cousin, that's what this is about, Elise. The lass has been wandering about town, you know. She's been helping me out, Mrs. Bertha. No, I don't think so, Elise. Your cousin's been telling folks there's no thief in Kieferberg. I mean, we already already have zero suspicion, so even if our suspicion goes up, it's not gonna be the worst, but... So has Old Yakin. He's been insisting on the hag riding, hasn't he? Old Yakin is one thing, but your cousin has no right to be spreading such nonsense, Lise. Alright, I can have a word with her, I suppose. This is dangerous. I mean, I brought her with me! What do you want? I brought her with me. Did we not bring her with us when we, as often as possible? I mean, yeah, we brought her along as much as we could. Lib! I thought you'd never come about, Elise. Oh, spare me. Here's your bread, Elise. You must keep yourself fed. Yay! You too, Lebkuchen. You're looking just as tired as I am. Can you tell? You're not as mysterious as you think you are. Now that's better. Move along, Elise. It's best we head to bed early tonight. Oh, Lord knows I can use some good sleep. How is he to know when you hardly ever pray, Elise? Damn! It's not as though he makes for good conversation, so why bother? Good night, Lebkuchen. Good night, Elise. Whoops. I did not mean to put out the lantern. I just wanted to eat some bread. There we go. Now we'll be good until the morning. Oh! I forgot about this! That's Mr. Eugens! You've come! The screw! It's speaking to me. You're wearing them! You're wearing them! Shiny, shiny, shiny! What's the meaning of this? Who's there? The hex! The hex! You're the bearer of the hex! Hex? What hex? The hex! The hex! The hex! You've heard of it. You're wearing it as we speak. The hex! The hex! Stay away! Show it to me! Show it to me! I have nothing to show you! Go away! Why, yes you do! Your desire! Your fervent greed! Your boundless hunger for glory! Show it to us! Show it to us! Oh! Yay, eye horror! My eye! What have you done to my eye? Show it to us! Show it to us! You wretch! The testament to your tender flesh is awaiting you in my grove. A testament! Our grove! Our grove! That was an unexpected turn. Oh yeah, you haven't seen a full playthrough of this game, have you, Freed? You're in for a time. I'm awaiting you, Elise, in my ceramic grove of wheat. Testament. Anyhow, I ought to let Mr. Yugen know about this horse. All you know is what you saw before you went to bed. Oh, well. Mr. Yugen! Good lord, Elise, what's got you in such a hurry? Are you certain, Elise? Yes, yes, I'm certain. The lass said she found your horse. Take me there, lass. I'll go fetch the others. But it's dead. It matters not, lass. Take me there. Ah, kitties. Well, this is awkward. It was right here. I swear. Good Lord, Elise. Would you tell us what you saw, Elise? There were crows, and the horse was... Are you certain this is where you saw it? How long would you say a playthrough of this game is? Probably 5 hours? Somewhere between 5 and 7? It really depends how quickly you get through the nighttime horror segments, because if you don't fluff around, it goes pretty quickly. Because the game only lasts a week, and you can only really do 10.5 average for main story only. Ah, there we go. So yeah, thereabouts. We've probably got it down to 7-ish because we've done this a few times now, so we just kind of speed through. We don't get stuck at the puzzles or anything. Yes, yes I am. You're tired, Elise. I'm certain this was just... There's only one answer to this, folks! You're lying, Elise! I'm not lying, you old fool! If you'd let me explain, I could tell you. You said the horse was dead, Elise, and it was! How could a dead horse trot away, would you say? It's no use trying to reason with her, Tristan. She's lying. Oh, Elise, of all things to lie about. And what is it about these crows? It's the truth! I've had enough. I'll be in the stables. Tell us, Elise, are you speaking the truth? I did see that horse. Then that can only mean one of two things, lassie. You either witnessed the witch's doing, or you're the witch trying to deceive us. That's enough, old Yakin. Let us say there was a horse, Elise. What's this about crows? As I said, Father, I think I saw what I saw. I won't deny any of what I said. I'm just shocked to see there's nothing here. Truly, I wouldn't lie about such a thing. You think you've got us fooled, huh? You shouldn't make such accusations. It's best we... Can't you folks see she's trying to deceive us? You know something, Elise. What? I don't know what it is, but I'll have it said, lassie. You can dance with the devil all you want, but you won't. That's enough! We've all had a difficult day today, folks. We're all exhausted, drained, and on edge, are we not? Why you trying to defend your... No, Lebkuchen's quite right, old Yakin. Let us turn in for the night. We can come back to this tomorrow. I'd like to have a word with you, Gustav. You too, Lebkuchen. No need, Father. I trust Lebkuchen's judgment. Yet, I don't. Well, fuck you, Hans. I'll go with you, Father. You're going home, Elise, and you should think long and hard about what you've done. I didn't do anything! That was dangerous. I'm worried about Lebkuchen, but I ought to go home and tell Rose and Marine about what I just saw. Don't you love this village? For better or worse, I don't think there's a single ending where she ends up staying in this village. Even if she comes back later on, as an adult, she leaves, like, at the end of the week, like, as fast as she can. This is bad. This is very bad. Had it not been for Lepkuchen, those folks would have... Yeah, that's a pocket mirror. That one is much more fantastical horror. There's no, like, idyllic, like, doing your chores segments. No worries. That's right. I best get to that Crow's Grove. The Testament. They have the tender flesh. I should. What's wrong, Elise? I don't know where to start. I'm so tired. It's this rotten pigsty of a town. I saw one of Mr. Eugen's horses on the way home. It was dead, but it was riddled with crows and... Looking it up because it seems like games your GF would enjoy, and it's her birthday coming up soon. Oh, very nice. Honestly, I really like Pocket Mirror. It has different endings, but it's not like this where it's branching paths for the most part. If she likes like the cutesy cottage core plus horror stuff, these two are definitely good choices. I don't understand, Elise. You should tell. More importantly, Rosmarine was cool, but Little Goody Two Shoes was definitely a step above. Yeah. This one, they were able to put a lot of polish into it because, you know, they weren't limited by the RPG Maker engine that was used for Pocket Mirror. There was a golden crow. He said he's got a testament. Oh, Elise, a testament! This is too much for me, Rosmarine. What else did he say, Elise? Oh, I'm so tired. Huh? I ran back to town to tell everyone about the horse, and they... Also, it's worth noting, no matter which one you grab for her, you don't need to play one over the other to understand the story. Like, Pocket Mirror glosses over very briefly what happens with Elise's story, but it's very much its own thing, and same thing here. You can play this without knowing what ends up happening with, Elise's children and stuff in Pocket Mirror, so... They humiliated me. Each and every day I'm treated as though I'm some wretch. No matter what I do or say, I'm always... Yeah, I think when we get to Rosenmarine's route, we'll see more nods between them. Because from what I recall in Pocket Mirror, the notes that Elise left behind that her children find mentioned Rosemarine a lot. So I think Rosemarine is like quote unquote the canon path. So we'll probably see more stuff, more nods on that one, but if you devote yourself to him and do his bidding, you're already aware of the sacrifices you'll have to make, but it's I would sacrifice all of Kieferberg if I had to. I can't stay another day in this town. I have no choice but to find him. Take me with you. Huh? You're going there again tonight, aren't you? To the woods? Alright, I'll let you know when I'm ready. You look nervous, Elise. That's because I am. We can talk about it. I can try and... No, it's alright. I don't want to think about it. Let's go. Alright. Oh, here we go. Keep close to me. Lord knows what we're going to find. You still haven't told me about last evening's. Whatever happens, promise me you'll keep close to me. Of course. Is everything alright? Come, let's go. Oh, little blue birdie, the things you have seen. Find your way to the woods. Dun 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 dun. It's very nice that the lantern doesn't blow out while we run. Much appreciated. Whoa! This is where it happened, Rosemary. Elise! Look! Those are horseshoes. There are so many, too. These weren't here earlier. It doesn't make any sense. There are feathers scattered about, too. Are these from the crows you said you saw? Ugh, I don't know what to make of this. Come, Elise. We have no choice but to see for ourselves. Wait! Yeah, who the heck went to the trouble of taking the horseshoes off all of these horses? I'm guessing for the iron? Because I know iron keeps away Fae. I don't know if it's supposed to work on witches. Ugh, silly lass. She must have wandered in all by herself. Rosebuding! I still love the VHS effect so much. Here we are. The ceramic grove of wheat. Oh. Down we go. Rosmarine! Rosmarine! Where in the Lord's name did she go? I'd best carry on, I suppose. There's no going back. Iron is pretty good at keeping anything away once you turn it into her swords. You know, you got a point there. I just know it's a superstition to nail an iron horseshoe above a doorway, or to keep an iron nail above the doorway to keep the Fae out. And And that's why in Pokemon, fairies are weak to the steel type. Rosmarine! What were you thinking wandering off like that, you? Ah! I'm sorry. I told you to stay close to me. Yeah, I know it's a British / United Kingdom superstition. I don't think it extended to the rest of Europe as a whole. Because I'm pretty sure it was originally an Irish superstition. I mean, each country in Europe has got their own shit. Like in France, there was like, oh my god. I always forget it, but there was like the suspected werewolf case from like the 1800s. We don't know what could be in these woods. Oh, those are not good eyes. Come now. We can't sit around all night. Don't usually stick around? Oh yeah, I know. The bad blood between the France and Britain had extended all the way to Canada. That's why Quebec is the way it is. And it wasn't something that affected my generation too much, because by the time I was born, learning French was considered really good for getting a job. But according to my parents, being discriminated against when you were French used to actually be fairly common. Like, even as recently as the World Wars. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like France had colonies along the Fleuve Saint-Laurent, and then England had colonies along the St. Lawrence River, and yeah. So there was Upper Canada and Lower Canada. One was French, the other was English, and the mother countries were fighting for more territory, so that meant the colonies were fighting, and yeah. And then you've got the US to the south going, hey! These guys are fighting each other! We should just come and get rid of all of them, and then we can have all the land! Yes, the reign of fruff. Now you're your own thing and come to visit for the holidays. Happy ending. It's so true. My favorite thing to mention, is, functionally, it's still written in the Constitution, technically, that that Canada is self-governing by the graces of the Queen and her descendants. So I'm like, technically, I'm pretty sure there's a loophole somewhere that if the UK really wanted to take us back, they could. that's why when the stuff that was happening with Queen Elizabeth's supposed death before I made the news, I had a friend who was joking about it. I'm like, it's like, yeah, the fall of the monarchy. I'm like, we probably don't want the monarchy to fall too quickly because it's still technically in our laws that we have to, quote unquote, ask for permission from the royal family and or their representatives to pass laws. So technically we don't want them gone that quickly. Like, literally, I'm pretty sure we don't actually send a memo to Charles and, like, King Charles and them about stuff, but, like, it is still in the Constitution. No, I believe it. And yeah, cause, Mama Amelis, I don't know how it is at the federal government level, but I have like family that worked for the provincial government level, and when you join, you have to take an oath of office where like either you swear on the Bible or you just swear to the Queen that, you know, you won't divulge government secrets and stuff like that. And I'm like, you have to swear to the Queen? And it's like, yep. Your eye! Yeah. You've come! You've come! Look who it is! Look who it is! You've brought me such good company. That's funny, honestly. Yeah, it really threw me off. The first time I heard that, I'm like, what? Really? Like, oh, okay. Who you might never have seen and heard about? Oh god, yeah. And there was all kinds of weird, like the family members still works for the government, so there was like a lot of weird protocol that happened with the Queen pass. They were like, you have to take down all portraits of her. Like you gotta check, everyone has to check their office and make sure we don't have any pictures of the Queen still up. And you know, once the official portrait for King Charles is up, then like you gotta put him up instead. It's like, who's got portraits of the royalties hanging about? You've done well in coming here, lassie. So you'd best give me what you promised, Crow. What he promised? The testament! The testament! Also, who's gonna check if you do? That's a good question. That I don't know. Where is it, Crow? Come a little further into my grove, lass. Why, you little... I didn't hear about this. I swear to God, it's been probably 30 years since the British royal family came to Canada, so it's like, yeah, who's gonna check? Show it to me! Show it to me! What is she to show you, Crow? Rosemarine? Hey! Give me back that ring, you! Show me how far those ruby shoes will take you. All that you desire, lass. It's all so close, yet so far. You could at least tell me your name, Crow. If you have one. That's a secret. That's a secret. Why, you wretched bird, that doesn't answer my... Enough chatting. Enough chatting. Come find me if you'd like to know more. And there they go. Come find me! Come find me! I suppose we ought to go find him. What's got it into you? You're not yourself. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, to hell with it. Let's go find that bird. Oh. Convenient magic portal. Alright, let's save. Because every time we go through this particular dungeon, we lose so much health because of the frickin' birds. Yeah, see, the trees are shaking? If we approach the wrong tree, a bird is gonna pop out and peck us, like a huge-ass bird. Ah, like that! Oh, I knew it was gonna happen at least once, and I still wasn't prepared. Goddamn Spearows. Literally, there's... Ow! Fuck you! I like how I've got past the point of being scared to being aggressively angry. They've been a pain since the first episode. Literally, these sparrows have... We do have some healing items, but not a lot. Fuck! Fuck, I'm just running for it. Thank you for the acorn. I'll eat the acorn, because why not? Ugh. Aye! Birch? Hey! What? There's nothing to fear. I'm yet to see it happen. Fear not, say. You're one of those golden crow's crooks, aren't you? A crook, she says! A crook? What else am I to call you? Birdie! Birdie! Oh, for goodness' sake. That looks so annoying. It is. Because there's a specific way you have to pass by these trees. But I've never learned the logic. I've always just kind of gotten lucky. Because if the tree shakes, there's a chance it's gonna come at you. So if you get too close to another tree, you're fucked. Hey, bitch! Oh, we made it. Oh, I thought we wouldn't see the end of it. Me too, Elise. Come now, let's get out of here. I'm not sure it's that easy. Huh? No, it's nothing. Let's go! And we got the ring back. Our health isn't doing that great, but I don't think there's... No, wait, there's the frickin' birds that burst out of the grass. There's still plenty of danger. I was thinking, it's like, it's okay, that was the worst of it. No, it's not. I just remembered all the stuff that happens in this one. He will be pleased. He will be pleased. Where's the testament? Come further, lass. Come further. Oh, I've had it with you. Either tell me where to find it or get out of my sight. It's best you don't speak to him like that. Huh? All the answers you seek lie deeper within these woods, lassie. Will you give me the tender flesh, then? Meet me in the wheat field. Show me your resolution. The wheat field? You have my word. You have my word. wretched birds playing with me. A wheat field.
当然マリネ
Rosemary? It's nothing! We ought to go after him. She's not nervous. She's hiding something. Well, we know she knows much more about this stuff than she's been letting on, so... Let's see what's over... Oh, this one. You naive sheep! Excuse me. We all fed his gluttony, one after another. Our sins on earth made it to a spectacle for all to see. Who is he? Your fate as one of us is sealed, you foolish girl! And you didn't even leave us anything? You just drained our sanity? Rude. So it's true! So it's true! Oh, I'll never get used to your feathered rat screeching. She's here! She's here! It's best we move along. She bred the witch! She bred the witch!
あのさ
What are you going on about now? You're in our lair, witch. You've no hand in this grove.
もういい加減
You've
に
got the wrong last crows. Now let us through. I suppose it's because of the hat? You're in our lair, the lair of Lord... The lair of Lord... We looked it up, like, at some point, what these names are, but I've forgotten them. Do you know who that is? You know him too! He's our merciful Marquis! That golden crow's name! It's best we move along now. Miriam, okay. Not that it matters too much. Alright. Oh, there's the save. Hello, birdie. Boy, we in over our head, little bird. Oh, yeah. And when we pass that black grass, like the black wheat, shit's gonna come running at us. Azrael, okay. I remember, I was thinking Azrael for one, but I couldn't remember if it was the crow or not. Oh, fuck! I was not paying attention. Look at these guys. They got the plague doctor masks and they've got sickles for hands. Very nice. remember if there's something we need to find in this field, or we're just trying to get through it. Oof. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, there we go. Ah! Whoops, we goofed. There was the game over.
Little goody two shoes.
She's brave, you would run from everything? I think most of us would. She just hates the town that much. Alright. That's because this is the prequel. Yes, this is... You are correct. This is the prequel to Pocket Mirror. So, Elise is, our protagonist's mother. So this is the one who started it all. Yep. So we did find out in Pocket Mirror that, the girl's mother was named Elise, and so we are now finding out how everything happened. Oof, ow. Fuck. No, she did switch babies, from what I recall. The deal was, it's like Rumpelstiltskin, you know, it's like you'll give me your firstborn kind of thing. Oh no, your second child. It's like, you'll give me your second child, and she thought she was so clever because she's like, I'm only gonna have one kid. But then she ended up having twins. No, she didn't sacrifice anyone. There was no baby sacrifice. Her son ran away. So she had both their kids, and she spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to keep the curse from coming true, but eventually she died. I was trying to be coy about it because there are people in this chat, including Freed, who haven't played the game and are considering getting it, so I don't want to spoil everything. Gotcha. Yeah, but no baby was sacrificed. Her thinking was she was never going to have to worry about this because she wasn't going to have 2 kids. And then, yeah, she died before she could stop the curse from coming to fruition. Though the implication seems to be that her daughter was essentially cursed from birth. Because you see notes about her having, like, psychotic breakdowns and tantrums and stuff like that. So I think from the get-go, unfortunately, she had been, like, tainted, so to speak. Okay, there's nothing in the field. from the curse plus natural causes, technically. Because you find notes talking about how, like, she's, like, depressed and all this stuff, so, and from different notes, like, you find out, if I recall correctly, that, he, the person who she made the deal with, would literally come in her sleep and torment her about, like, what, like, so it was like, literally, she was just worn down over the years, and then finally, you know, she succumbs. The entirety of Pocket Mirror is, the daughter. Yeah, the entire premise of Pocket Mirror is the daughter trying to find a way, to avoid the curse. And it's left open-ended, but, it's implied she sort of succeeded. Because the Pocket Mirror... I'm figuring at some point in this game we'll find out how Elise got the Pocket Mirror. But, the daughter knows, like, her... She's like, this Pocket Mirror is the most important thing to me, and my mother said never to, let it out of my sight, kind of thing. So I don't know what's special about the mirror, but it sounds like it basically repels the dude's curse, or at least keeps him mostly at bay. So the whole events of Pocket Mirror seem to be, the daughter was pulled into one of these dimensions, and she's trying to get out, but she doesn't remember anything. Shush, Sete, remember? No spoilers. There are people here who said they want to play the game. Yes, that's right. That's right, Freed. We gotta be careful with spoiler talks when we're talking about a prequel, sequel, and all that stuff, but yeah. Pocket Mirror is very kind of opaque about everything that happens, so you kind of have to put it all together, but yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Get ourselves a little clay tablet. What's this stone slab? Well, you'll find out. Oh god. What goes in there, I wonder? We got this. Ta-da! Why her art so 70s shoujo manga style? Cause that's what they were going for. It's the style. Fancy seeing you, fancy seeing you. I still don't understand what you want from me, Crow. Your resolve, your resolve! Oh, I have plenty of that. Don't provoke him. Provoke me! Provoke me! Come at me! Follow your instinct, lass. Pay no heed to this creature you've brought along. She's no creature, you wretch! Yet, since you insist... did you do to those horses? You've taken them from Kieferberg, haven't you? Far from the truth! Far from the truth! Oh, spare me! That old geezer's offering wasn't meant for me! So, I'm guessing, the church priest sacrificed the horses. Delightful. Oh, pre-WW1 Austria, yeah. One of our semi-regulars is German, and he kind of pinned the time period to be about 1870, give or take? Somewhere around there. It was meant for her. What are you? An offering! An offering! That old geezer! What are you talking about? That witch didn't ride those horses all by herself last. I'm not certain, Ifo. Pocket Mirror is 1900-ish? I mean, yeah. 1870, 10 years later would be 1880s, give or take. Yeah, it's somewhere about that. Like, they never... I think we kind of can glean the time period because in Pocket Mirror, in one of the endings, you see documents and there's a date on there, so it's kind of like you can guess when this game happened by working backwards. Mm-hmm. They stopped the war during planting season. Well, how nice of them. Suppose not. For better or worse, war back in these times was a little more taxing because it was fought face to face, so there were much better chances for peaceful negotiations because everyone's tired. Now it's just frickin' push of a button. And you've got, like, drones and shit. So, you don't even need to look at the people that you're killing. Cavalry stuff? Yeah, that's sort of what I meant by hand-to-hand. Like, yes, you may be killed by cannon fire, but you're close enough to hear, like, the screams and stuff. Versus nowadays, you're, like, in a control room, like, 20 kilometers away. And small cannons, yep. They've had that since, like, the 1500s, give or take. I know Oda Nobunaga was big on, artillery stuff. But yeah, remember the Boston Tea Party. Oh, hang on. The one thing I hate about this game is you can't actually interact with these things and have the menu pop up. 1870s Franco-Prussian War. Oh, Oh, you know what? You're right. This would be roughly around that time then. Ah, yes, when an army could be destroyed by the winter. You didn't wear your long underwear, so everyone's starving. They burnt the ground behind them so you couldn't get food. Oh, Napoleon. Ah, Napoleon. History's funny that way because, yeah, you think Napoleon was something that happened, like, I mean, at this point, it has been hundreds of years, but, like, you felt like it was, like, 400, 500 years ago? Nah, it's only been, like, a couple hundred. Related to that, did you guys ever hear the story about the descendant of Florence Nightingale who found out about her interpretation in Fate Grand Order? Apparently he said it, like, at least personality-wise, apparently it was spot on from what he heard from the rest of the family. Yeah, so they put Florence Nightingale in in Fate Grand Order, and there was a post on Reddit years ago from a dude who was related to Florence, obviously not a direct descendant, but he was curious about what her portrayal was, because obviously, like, somehow he found out about it, but my understanding is he's not a nerd, or, like, not, like, that much of a nerd, so he was curious how she was portrayed in the story. And so they told him, I'm like, he's like, you know what? Personality-wise, yeah, that's apparently exactly how she was. Was so close to uniting Europe, but Britain meddled. I mean, look what happened to the Roman Empire. They also united all of Europe. The number one thing to learn between, the Roman Empire, Constantinople, like the Eastern Roman Empire, and World War II with Germany taking over large swaths of Europe, is it is virtually impossible to maintain a territory that as big as all of Europe under one banner. There's never enough resources, there's never enough manpower. And so things start falling apart from the inside, and then all you need is a little push from the outside, and it all comes crashing down. Now where is that other slab? Because we can't take this one. There was another one that we used somewhere. Oh, there we go. It was just hanging out there. Well, yeah, that's what Constantinople is. Because the Roman Empire spread westward all the way to Britain. And it also spread eastward through the Middle East to, I think, the borders of Turkey. And then the Roman Empire in Europe fell, and all that was left was the Eastern Roman Empire, but it was under a lot more pressure because of all the Middle Eastern forces going, yeah, fuck you. Because I think Turkey had an empire at that point as well. So yeah, the Roman Empire fell from infrastructural collapse, at least in the Europe one. And from my understanding, the Eastern Roman Empire eventually fell from wars. The Ottomans, yes. Which the West dismantled, yup. The West is very good at ruining empires. Please see what happened to the Chinese, the Chinese empires. When you read what ended up happening with like the opium addictions and all that stuff, like giving them opium because you wanted tea, I don't blame them for really hating us. Yeah, because when you read into it, like, obviously, everything's more nuanced, but it's like, after, what's the word I'm looking for? The fall of the Empire, like, resources were really scarce, and things just kept getting worse and worse, and that's how communism was able to take hold, because there were people who naturally had more, and so like that's how communism took hold, because the empire fell and the people who were able to accumulate wealth stayed okay, and those who didn't really, like, they fell hard. So that's how communism was able to start taking root. Because on paper it seems like a great idea, like, yeah, like redistribute the wealth and then you know. Yeah, I can't remember... Oops. I can't remember the name of it, but I learned a lot of this by reading a book. It was fiction, but it was one of those stories where it was fiction, but it had its basis in historical fact as well. And it was about a Chinese Canadian girl trying to learn about her, like, the heritage, because her father committed suicide, and she was trying to find out what happened, because all she knew is that her father fled during the Cultural Revolution, and she had no idea what happened because he never talked about it, so. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? On paper, even democracy's a great idea. Yeah. On paper, all political forms are great. It's the fact that, you know, power corrupts absolutely. So, all of these forms would technically work great if, you know, the people in charge actually, you know, stuck to the ideology and they didn't take a slice of the pie. But we're kind of getting into wild politics stuff right now, so. It's a nuanced topic that's not really, like, the greatest to have, like, through a Twitch chat. Impressive, lass, impressive, lass. What's gotten into you, Rosenmarine? Who's Rosmarine? Who's Rosmarine? Ever since we got here, you haven't. Who's Who's Rasmarine? Who's Rasmarine? We're from different countries anyway, so discussing politics will lead us anywhere. So true! At least for the most part, it was on topic because we were discussing the time period of the game. But now, like, we're spun off into, like, democracy versus communism, and it's like, okay, like, there's no fruitful discussion to be had there. Who's Rasmarine? Who's Rasmarine? For goodness sake, I can't even hear my own thoughts! You're just in time for the tender flesh! The tender flesh? That's... The testament, 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 the testament. The tender flesh, the tender flesh, the tender flesh, the tender flesh, the tender flesh. Wait! Don't come any closer! Tender flesh! Tender flesh! We want an eye! We want an eye! We want an eye! We want an eye! Polar! Hello! I did have the thing open. Hang on. I can force it. Boop. There we go. We're rather peckish. We're rather peckish. Food! 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 I'm telling you to stay away from me! Become as gods. Become as gods. Become as gods. Become as gods. I love that song. At some point, we'll play both Niers on stream. No. It was no one's fault, Free. The discussion just kind of spun off on its own over time. As discussions tend to. So it's like, alright, let's just, and we were like, you know what? We're getting into uncharted territory, so let's, my own hair, a part of me, my mortal body. Yay, hair! Just like Rasmarine told me. Oh, I must find her. Lord knows what those crows did to her. It really sounds like they, like, tore off chunks of her, but literally they just grabbed her hair and ripped it out. Which, I mean, still painful, but... Ooh, yeah, no. The Nier games are great. Tasty rosemary? No! You thought her eye was coming out first time? Oh, I did too! I'm pretty sure I screamed on stream the first time. Because it's like, oh my god. Like, stuff with eyes in horror I'm particularly squeamish about. So when that curse happened to her eye, I was like, oh god. Oh god. Yeah, Replicant, I think, is kind of restricted by the fact it's more directly tied to the Drakengard series. Automata, they're like, this is thousands of years in the future. It's just its own thing. No! I'm not food! I'm not food! This game is brutal? It so is. Yeah, Replicant is the first Nier, so basically, how the timeline goes is there's Drakengard 1, and then I think there's Drakengard 2, and Nier Replicant spins off one of the endings in 1 or 2. Because basically what ended up happening in one of the... It did come out first, yes. So, like, there was a... the first Nier technically came out on, like, the Xbox/PS3, and then they remade it because Automata ended up being so popular. But yeah, the first Nier was a spin-off of one of the endings because basically, the Drakengard cast got isekai'd and they ended up bringing a disease with them into our world and, like, you know, end of society, blah, 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 blah. Reverse isekai Sora. Don't worry, Freed. I was gonna stop there. That's basic premise, setting. And the game doesn't really get into the fact that it's a spin-off of the Drakengard ending. So yeah, this is stuff you would have had to find out in, like, supplementary material. So don't worry. We need at least 2 hours to spoil anything, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no. All you need to know in terms of world setting is, and how, like, Drakengard is connected to Nier is what I just said. Nier is a spin-off of one ending where, Angelus, the dragon, ended up in Tokyo, and from there, like, you know, the collapse of civilization happened. It's okay, it's okay, Polar. Yeah. I mean, I've watched a big explanation as well because I never thought there was going to be an opportunity to play the first Nier because, you know, I don't have an Xbox. And it was only on, like, the PS3 in Japan. But now it's actually out, so at some point I will actually play it. Can you hear it, Elise? Ah! Not the frickin' straw method. The woodland, my grove, it's aching. What are you saying, Rosmarine? You've lost your wits the moment we got here. Even under their influence, it's still... I'm serious, that's enough! It's aching for what was taken from its bosom, Elise. Now that you're here, it's reacting to you. I still don't understand. What are you? You're so mean, Polar! Can you hear it? Hope you can still play it. I think it is technically playable on both. You can play the PS4 version on the PS5, I think, but you can't obviously play the PS5 version on the PS4. Those roots, the earth. You forgot Cataract. Ah, yes, the horsey. They'll guide you to your rightful place, Elise. I don't have time for this nonsense! I've done what I came here to do. We ought to leave! Need to stop buying new games? I understand. That's the one great thing about streaming is I'm forced to work my way through this backlog. To the womb, Elise, where you were conceived, where you will go to meet your fate. You're not listening! To think he's once more trying to take you away from me! Turned my bosom into this parched wasteland, and yet this womb of mine still responds to your presence all the same. What in the... I will bring you home. Elise, I will do everything in my power to... Uh-oh, she's, you know, she's having a moment. Minecraft is on sale! Oh no, not the Minecraft. What in the... I will bring you home, Elise. Come with me, we have to get out of here. Ow, ow! It's a horse in a bag. Well, the game is mine to play it wherever. Yeah, and then next thing you know, your backlog is like 12 games deep. Alright, here we go! Ooh, that was too close. Fuck! Well, goodbye. Don't get too offhand though, guys. Chad, remember, we gotta keep this comfy for everyone. Not everyone's cool with talking about medical procedure stuff. It was relevant a little bit when we were talking about the eye horror stuff, but we're past that now. Ow! Oh, fuck. Oh my god, how did we make it through this? Oh, that was a disaster. Dear Lord! Is it gone? I suppose. What was that thing anyhow? They're preparing for your arrival, it seems. You increase your friends' backlogs. The gift that keeps on giving. That's... me? I've never seen him this eager, I must say. What in the Lord's name is going on here? You'll slip away if I don't hurry. I'll lose you. Rosmarine, what's wrong with you? Elise, I've had it. We're leaving this place. But first, oh god, thank you for the acorn. The one acorn. That's not really gonna help us, but... We do have... Oh, we have a pretzel. The gift that gives on giving no matter how loudly you protest. A little terrifying, but fair enough. Oh god. Oh, what? We didn't start running fast enough. Oh, Sete, that reminds me. Did you see that Kanon is coming out on stream? Or Steam, sorry. They're finally releasing Kanon. This is fine. No, I don't think it's new art. They're just re-releasing it officially. Half of your gaming time on gachas? God! Ain't that the mood? It's not a remake, no. It's just a re-release for the 20th anniversary. And I mean, Key Visual Arts always has the big eyes. They've just gotten a little smaller over the years. I don't know. I think I'm one of the few people that actually like the big eyes. It makes it very distinct. I'll move on from gachas when they stop having good stories. That's my issue. It's a nostalgic look. It sure is. Well, we broke the horsey. Come, quick! You have to get up! Oh my. I will lose you again, my beloved. If I don't hurry, you'll slip away! You're not Rosmarine! Hi, Granny. Interesting tradition. Thank you for the context. I remembered you provided some of it last time, but not this in depth, so thank you for the copy pasta. Oh, what am I to do? I feel so confused. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. That wasn't Rosmarine either. Oh, what am I getting myself into? I'm so utterly alone. Let me guide you, Elise. Is this when we get her musical number? I can't remember. Rosmarine! Oh, it is! Wild and wandering thistle. The space goat? Ah, yes! This is like such a 90s Bishoujo visual novel look. I love it. Now it's Wednesday. Ugh! When did I get here? A dream I had about Rosmarine. Hydrate, thank you. How much tea do I got left? Not too much, but that's okay. Ugh, I have to find her. Ugh, my eye! That wretched crow! And from that day forward, she had 10/20 vision in that eye. La, 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 la. Is she out back? She is not. Is she at the front? She could also be further down the road. Okay. Yes, she's probably out towards the granary. There you are, Fluck. Ought to be nice being a goat, huh? Not one care in the world, oblivious to everything. Oh, if only you knew. Ah, there she is. Huh? Good morning, Elise. Have you completely lost your wits? Last night in the woods, what were you thinking, saying? Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't... And poop, small poop. You weren't yourself. What do you mean? Oh, don't give me that now. No, Elise, I didn't even step foot in the woods. You were with me the entire time. No, I wasn't. I couldn't follow you into the woods. The trees blocked my path. You went on ahead, no matter how much I called for you, and I did wait for you, but you never came back for me. If that wasn't Rosmarine, then who in the Lord's name? Is everything all right, Elise? You look a little... You can talk to me. You don't have to keep it all to yourself. I had a dream about you. It was... Elise. Oh, Elise, you're dreaming of me? I saw you and your grandmother, and it felt like I was seeing my path to finding you in Kieferberg. Oh, Elise, it's fate! Fate, you say? You still don't believe it, do you? Hard not to after last night. Oh, did you get it? Huh? Why, the testament, Elise! Yes, those crows, I was offered a strand of my own hair, and... Oh, Elise, that's wonderful! All you need to do is prepare it to be eaten. Eating hair. Eaten? Remember, these are gifts you're giving him, Elise. But it's... hair. A part of your own mortal body, yes. Gifts for the host, food, drink, and good company. What would you say? The tender flesh needs to be... food? You look tired, Elise. Is everything alright? I feel like I'm losing my wits. Fairy tales tend to be grim, get it? Yeah. The Alps are in the distance. Come now, let's head out to work. Everything's falling into place, Elise. You'll see. Yay. Life was simpler back then. It certainly was. Can I redeem and delete this? I don't remember having that, but you can redeem whatever you want. One or more child dead or maimed? Yeah. Good old times. He is indeed our German guy who explains all the fun cultural stuff about this game to us. We would be lost without him. He's also a baby. Though I think your birthday's already passed, hasn't it? No, not the team skull! Help! I'm being paged. The German guy? No, just a random German. But you're the only German here, so you're our German guy. 6 days ago, happy belated birthday! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you! Yee! And Zan's is soon. We've got a lot of May birthdays in chat, if I remember correctly. It's a character class now. For context, yesterday we were talking about what our character classes would be, and a lot of us were like, is our nationality / the place we live our character class? So, May 7th? No! We missed it! Okay, happy birthday number 2! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you! Yay! What are these crows doing here? 2 birthdays all in one day? I have to call out the regulars, especially since I knew y'all birthdays were coming and I meant to shout it out, but I did not write them down. Yeah, the fairy tales are always something. There's at least 2 Filipinos? Yep. I have, oh god, I forget what the breakdown is for my viewership, and most people are from the US, and then the follow-up is Southeast Asia, and then Europe. No one from actual, like, East Asia yet. And grounded to Chicopee, Jesus. I mean, French stuff isn't much better. When you actually I remember singing Alouette so much as a little kid, and then you get older and you actually understand what the lyrics are saying, and you're like, the fuck are we doing to this bird? Everything is east of Asia, if you think about it. Ha 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 ha. Selling? We just eat it, we don't hurt the children. True! But it's an example of those songs you sing when you're a kid, and then I distinctly remember hearing the lyrics once I was a teenager going, hang on a second here! We got 2 gold. We got 2 money. Need to eat more? Then just give it to us for free! Like your granddaughter does. Yeah. And now the town is overrun with crows. They're just hanging out now. What's all this? Oh, I don't think I've ever seen so many crows at once. Come, we have to find out what's going on. We invited them to town. At least they're leaving the cats and the dog. At least they're leaving the cats alone. That's what matters. Then again, this is what happens when you leave a lot of food stuff out and about. At the burbs? Honestly, I love crows. Crows are hilarious. Head pat, thank you! Crows are very smart. All the experiments they've done prove that crows, they have memory that's comparable to ours in the way that they can recall stuff. And they can pass along information. Like, what is it? In Japan, you can't put out garbage the night before, because the crows know when garbage day is, and they'll also just wait until you put your trash out, so you have to put it under these nets that are supposed to keep the birds away. Pretty sure you get that many birds even without a curse if you left the food out. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, you kind of just left, like, barrels, like wheelbarrows of apples out and about. It's like, I mean, yeah, all birds are noisy though. Like, that can't be helped. I'll take good care of it, Father. There's nothing to see here, Elise. You'd best head back to town. I'm having to forget. Did you have a Discord? Not yet. It is about 90% done. I'm just waiting on the go-ahead from some friends who said they would help me test out that everything works properly. Once that's done, I can release it to the public. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Fingers crossed. Recruiting mods? Tentatively, sort of. It'll probably be me for now while while everyone figures out their schedules and stuff, but want to send a crow video? You can send links in my chat if that's what you want to do. You can do that. If it's like something you actually need to upload, then yeah, unfortunately not. Asking about it every week, you guys really want the Discord. That's fair. Animals being derps. Oh my god. That's hilarious. I love crows. Oh yeah, no, was it months ago someone asked about a Discord, and then I was like, eventually, and now like someone's asking for it every week, so finally I was like, okay, I will finally sit down and do it. It was always one of those things where it's like, people are asking for it, but like, I I don't think the community is big enough. Like, this was before we hit 100 followers. Now we're, like, just shy of 160. I'm like, okay. Okay, if every single person following me joined the Discord, it would be hopping. So, fair enough. There's nothing to see here, Elise. You best head back to town. Oh. Hang on. There we go. You were the one who first saw these crows, weren't you, Elise? It's not as though you folks believed me when it mattered. I've said it last night, and I'll say it again. You're hiding. It matters not, old Yakin. We must focus on the matter at hand. We all had our fill of trouble last night, didn't we? We don't need any more yelling, that's for certain. Now, they did steal that much grain, folks. How much did they steal, Mr. Gustav? About a sack in total. Preventive words. That's still a lot of grain! The darn birds were building a nest in the oven. I mean, considering how many crows there are, I guess eating a bag worth of grain is possible, but that is still a lot of grain. We ought to give it a good scrubbing later. It doesn't seem like they're keen on attacking us, at least. We've locked it up and trusted you again here with the key for now. There is a window. That's not gonna keep the locking the door is not gonna keep the crows out. Listen, I have a quick solution. No! You'll know. That oven is for baking bread. You don't want to cook meat in there. I appreciate the trust, of course, especially after all of yesterday's goings-ons. Because he was stolen from, or because he has no horses to steal the grain with. No, you haven't asked, and right now I prefer to keep my Steam separate, so I'm not accepting friend requests from anyone. But once we have the Discord up and running, we will be doing community stuff. And so, at that point in time, we'll be able to add people on the appropriate, like, platforms and stuff. It's okay to forgo. Exactly! Pigeons dying on grain mill video? No! Don't talk about that! We're all well aware of what happened last night, however. We ought to stick together, folks, now more than ever. You heard the man. Kieferberg is what we make of it, don't forget that. I ought to head back to the church. It's okay, it's okay. Look, we all have a lot going on in our lives. I literally joke that I would forget what I have for breakfast if I did eat the same thing every day. I had to start literally printing out emails so I would remember what I have to do at work. Because for some reason, just having a to-do list isn't enough anymore. I have to have a physical, like, stack of paper to refer to. And it's alright. It's all good. It's all good. Don't be too mean to your brain. It's doing its best. We're all doing our best. You'd best go with Elise. Lebkuchen will fill you in, I'm certain. Will do, Mr. Gustav. Oh, post-it notes. Yeah. I mean, I do write stuff on post-it notes too, but it's too messy for me to keep it organized, so I started printing things up. I don't know if, like I've said it before, I've never been formally diagnosed with ADHD, but I have to continually change up my methods. Because as soon as I get, like, bored of the way I keep track of tasks, I start forgetting everything again. Remember, like, trying to catch water and... Yeah! I suppose it's a cozy little nook. I don't see what's so... So there's an oven in the windmill, right? There's always been an oven in the windmill. What's your... The tender flesh, Elise. Wouldn't this be a good way to prepare it? Making bread out of it? Maybe you could ask about town if they'd let you in. That's rather risky, I suppose, but... yeah, the community oven, yep. We have an oven at the house, though, but they were like, we should use this one. It's worth a try, I'd say. Alright, I'll see what I can find out. Street Fighter lore's important. I say they snuck in through the roof. I mean, the roof is straw. When did you realize the crows were in the windmill? Einda came about to collect some flour this morning. He was the one who gave the alert. Have you locked it up? We must keep those birds out at least so they'll take all our grain. Are you standing here all day? I understand you'd like to keep guard, but isn't it a little much? We'll be doing shifts, Elise. Gustav and Bernard are up first. I see. Do you want to stand guard with us, Elise? I hope you weren't planning on making any bread today, lass. I was, actually. Might want to get some from Gretel today, Elise. Are you certain you're not leaving? Would it be the wisest to leave it to the crows, would it? I suppose not. We can have a word with you again if you're that keen on baking bread today. I must ask, though, why are you so insistent, Elise? I'd best see how Aphel's doing, if you'll excuse me. No! Oh no, our suspicions creeping up. Whoops. Better days will come, lad. When I'm settled in Primodorf, God willing. Don't make hasty decisions, Eugen. What is it, Elise? You're rather trusted. With the key to the windmill, even. The lass is right, Eugen. It's a shame for you to leave. Nothing I can do about that, folks. There's nothing left for me in Kieferberg, you see? The game looks better now compared to the time you tuned in. Fair enough. The game goes through different periods of the day, so the lighting and stuff changes. Please reconsider. No, I've made up my mind. But I do appreciate it, Elise. Even this key, I will only be holding on to it until the evening. Until the evening? It's too much responsibility, lass. I'm not too comfortable with it in my pocket, I must admit. Why not hand it over to someone else, then? I could take it to Mr. Gustav if you'd like. That's alright, Elise. There's no better place than Kieferberg, lad. Well, we tried. Dun 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 dun. Talk to Lisbeth in church. Ask Eugen about the key later and meet Freya at the inn. Okay. Pupper, you're supposed to keep the crows away. What are you doing? Shoot! God, there are gonna be so many feathers. Could make a feather boa with how many feathers these crows are dropping. It's nice to see you, Elise. I don't know if crow feathers would be good for a down pillow. Because don't they usually use, literally the down feathers? That's why they're called down. So the feathers that birds lose, when they fly aren't down. You've heard about Apfel, I assume. No, I haven't. Apfel was very ill last night, Elise. He had a very high fever. He was delirious. Oh, the poor lad. I can't bear looking at his little hands. What about them, Mrs. Dorothea? It's best you hear from me, Elise, so you get the real story. You've been up all night, Lisbeth. We can tell her. Apfel is fine now, as you can see, but last night I was awoken by him moaning, speaking nonsense. His fever was boiling him alive. We called for Father Hans and brought him to church, but Apfel has never been so ill. I thought I'd lose him. He wasn't all there either, kept mumbling to himself, and I don't know how, but his hands are injured. It's horrifying, and they were so bloody. It's as if they were pecked at by something. I can't explain it. Please collect yourself, Miss Lisbeth. That's right. Deep breaths. We never really find out exactly what happened to Apfel. At first, I thought he'd... Oh, God! That's right. The goat sickness. Cover your eyes. There may be something a little gruesome about to pop up. Does it explain his hands? Oh, what happened to my goats? Oh, this is my disgrace. It's all right, Miss Lisbeth. We're all here for you. It's all right. What about the goats? Okay, cover your eyes, guys. Animal mutilation. Imagine the poor artist that had to draw that. The meat smells a bit? Well, yeah, it's a bit gamey. Same with sheep. What am I to do with one sick goat, Father? We'll make certain you and the children don't go without Mrs. Lisbeth. How very nice of him to say that when I'm pretty sure he's the one who sacrificed her goats. You're welcome to have supper with Finn and I anytime, Lisbeth. Thank you, but I don't have the strength, Dorothea. Mrs. Dorothea will be looking after Apfel, Mrs. Lisbeth. You'd best go home and rest for the day. Of course, Father. Thank you. Come, I'll walk you and Apfel home. This is awful. I ought to pay them a visit later. You sacrificed the goats? Why would you do that? Artists, you only have to draw anime girls with big bumper? Oh god, yeah. Imagine getting that spec. Like, you're like, yay! I get to draw, like, 70s to like, 80s, 90s style anime artwork for this game. And I mean, it's slightly a horror story, and then the art director slides you this assignment. We need you to draw a mutilated goat. Like, pardon? How graphic? Pretty graphic. You can keep it in black and white, but yeah. It's like, Oh, I've seen that. I saw the Firefly thing. They're commissioning a different artist for each part of her, basically. You create all these cute villagers and then you're asked to redraw all of them but violently mutilated. Oh god. Fortunately, there's no... Well, okay. Whoever we pick as the good company ends up being mutilated, but everyone else ends up okay, thankfully. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Or at least the theory is that's probably what they're doing. Yeah, they seem to be commissioning different artists for, like, different parts of her. So the theory is that they're, gonna, like, do, like, a Frankenstein assembly at some point. Yeah, the final result will be interesting. Ooh, the wood chop. I like the wood chopping minigame. Where do we go? Oh, it's over there. She is playable, yeah. She will be, her release banner is next patch? But yes, she is playable, actually. Next patch, I think it's her and Jade. Reminds you of Harvest Moon? A little. It does have that appearance. You're just who I need, Elise. Is there anything I can help with? Since she was announced? Yeah! I won my 50-50 on Robin, so now I'm debating whether or not I want to go for Boot Hill because he's hilarious, or if I want to save for Jade and Firefly. So I'm like, I keep telling myself, there was a meme going around that's like, oh, like, post all your 5-star, like, your SSRs from Honkai Star Rail, and I was only missing 2 at the time. I'm like, I swear to God, I don't spend money on this game. I just win every 50-50. I have Robin, yeah. She's playable as Sam. We're not sure what the full extent is. Yeah, we're not, but I mean, based on Firefly's lore, you don't know what that means? I guess slight spoilers, but not really because it's all out there. Firefly has a genetic disease, so she can only exist in the material world inside Sam, which is, basically a mech and... yeah. So basically she has a disease that's keeping her, like, where she's at risk from basically vanishing from reality. They announced her that way anyway, yeah. So, like, Sam, it's both, yeah, the mech, it's sort of like a Kamen Rider situation. It's less like, you know, piloting a Gundam and more she's just inside it and it's like her armor kind of thing. So it is both the way she can fight and also what's keeping her alive. So the form she has now as the young girl, it is the real her, but it's implied she can only take that form in the real world for very short periods of time. And, like, that's why, like, being in Pinaconi was so great for her, because she could be herself. Immunocompromised on steroids, pretty much, yeah. It's like entropy something something. Like, it's literally supposed to be, like, she's losing, she's basically getting erased from reality kind of thing. Because per the lore, she and others like her were created to fight the Swarm. So they were probably meant to be short-lived anyway. Have I ever heard of the I'm a cutie? Ha ha ha. No, I haven't, but thank you. No, I don't think we're getting the cute girl only, because literally Firefly cannot exist without Sam. It's a part of her. It's like a wheelchair user without their wheelchair. It just... They exist, but, you know, they can't get around without it. Oh! No, we can't afford taking Rose and Marina with us right now. We did eat enough food. The way I see it is probably you can run around in the overworld as Firefly the girl, but in battle, probably her ultimate turns her into Sam. And then that's when she can actually do damage. So her gameplay is probably gonna be to stack up energy as quickly as possible to trigger her ultimate. And then, like, she can actually do, like, damage. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Free. That's probably how she's going to be. I mean, the whole thing about her was that she wants to be seen as herself, not just as Sam. So I appreciate that she's not going to be in Sam 24/7. Because that's not what she wants in life. She doesn't want to be seen as just a robot. Which makes sense with, like, disabled people not wanting to be seen as just their disability. No, what I'm thinking happens... oh god. I'll explain this once I'm done the minigame. Ah! So probably how it's going to work is she enters battle as Firefly. She uses her ult, she transforms into Sam, and then she stays in that form for X number of turns. And then she turns back to Firefly, and you gotta cycle through. I mean, the playable version isn't going to be exactly like it. It never is with the boss fights. The #1 rule in gacha is never set your expectations for something that you haven't seen yet, because you always will be disappointed. Because, Blade, for example, he uses his skill, and then for 3 turns, his basic attack is an AoE. Same with, some other destruction characters, so Firefly's probably gonna work the same. Where, like, you have to build up to turn her into Sam, but then she stays that way for a period of time. Thank you, sir. See, Free, at least you're being responsible. I literally have someone in my GBF Discord who is so upset that Sam is actually a girl that they have turned into a Firefly hater and are shunning any, and like, literally, like, their name on Discord is #1 Firefly hater, and I'm like, dude, That is so much to get upset over. No, that's the thing. Losing 50-50 in Genshin, some people take it very, very seriously. Like, I had to have, me and my bestie Iduna had to have that conversation with another friend because they lost the 50-50 and they literally had a meltdown, and it's like, look, I get it, you want to play this game because all your friends are playing it, but if you lose at gambling and you have a literal meltdown, you need to step back, you need to take a break. What? Okay, the Metroid Prime thing is just kind of sexist. Oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? So always take them on any Firefly post, fair enough. Yeah, the guy in my Discord, he was like, I didn't want another anime girl waifu, I wanted, like, I wanted a boy, like, I wanted a robot who, like, wished he could be a real boy, and I'm like, that's fair, but then he started going off about how mad he was that the game sort of was trying to force you to like her by making her front and center in the quest. I'm like, okay, like, okay, you're just going off on a tangent here. You know what? Why don't you go ahead? Who's to believe a scrawny little squealer like you anyhow? Old Yakin does at least, Mrs. Odally does too! People who want playable Firefly because he's a cute girl. I want both. Like, I don't mind either way. The weak people are like, I only want Firefly if she's a robot, or the weak people are, I only want Firefly if she's a girl. Then lighted people are like, I want Firefly both in the robot and outside the robot. I just like her as a whole package and accept her as everything she is. I saw you talking to those crows yesterday. There was a golden one too, wasn't there? Why, you following you around town is truly so much fun. I just know you have the Lebkuchen you promised me tucked away somewhere. Well, luckily for you, she is both, and she has a frickin' Common Rider transformation sequence, so... You keep your mouth shut, you hear? We were joking about Firefly being sweaty inside the suit. Good question. I feel like it probably has some kind of cooling system because it's supposed to be like a medical cabin as well, but yeah. I gave you what you wanted, so go away! Alright, but why don't you bring me some hearty soup tomorrow? Off with you, Mandy! God. Time to eat her. Yeah, I just know it's like, don't ever, like, make an expectation for yourself. Because you'll always be disappointed, because if you get it in your head what something is gonna be, it's very, very unlikely that it's actually going to come to fruition. Because, you know, we're one person versus the characters being made by a team of people. So it's never gonna be exactly what you want. So it's like, the solution is just wait for the trailers and stuff to come out, and then you can make an informed opinion. That's the true downside of leaks. They set up unreasonable expectations for people. But such is life. Okay. It is 10 p.m. It is time to wrap it up. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Went a little later than usual. In a perfect world, I'd go until 11, but I've been off sick from work for the past couple days, so I should probably actually get some proper rest. Hug! Thank you for the hug! Much appreciated. Okay. Welcome to the Salty Gotcha Parlor. How tough are you? I'm a Daya main who's not asking for a buff. I just love Daya. She's hot. Who cares? Yeah, thank you. Alright, so tomorrow we are doing a longer Xenoblade stream. I'm gonna try and power through some stuff. Because as fun as Xenoblade is, I don't want to play it for 12 months and it feels like that's how long it's taking, even though it's only been like 2 months, but still. Me when woman, I understand. You'll get the game at some point. Nice! I hope you enjoy. We've been going through the route for every girl, so we've still got one more after we do Freya's. But yeah, Xenoblade tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. Come on by if you're so inclined. We have exited into the top of the Bionics. Oh! Guide the raid. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. Copy. Postal. Oh, nope. I'll download the game. Fair enough. Okay. So yes, tomorrow we will be playing Xenoblade. I will see you guys then, 12 p.m. EST. Our good buddy Sete has asked for a Guide the Raid, so we shall go for it. Take care? Yeah, no problemo. Alrighty guys, that's it for me. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. And until next time I see ya, take care of yourself. Wash your face, brush your teeth, eat good food. And I'll see you next time, and I will set the raid while we're on the end screen. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Mwah!